All right. So welcome everyone. This is our balance and joint health class. So a little bit more emphasis on the balance portion. But yeah, so I think we've had this class before in the past. We've had lower body strengthening and balance, which was a lot of lower body strengthening stuff. But now it's going to be a combination of our mobility and flexibility class with some balance work. So with that being said, as far as the equipment for today, we'll need a yoga mat, a chair, and then maybe a small rag or something that could give us an uneven base. So usually I use like a small towel or a little block just so my feet are a bit uneven. And yeah, that's just going to help us with balance. Okay. So that being said, let's get started. Right. So we'll go ahead and then for these two, it would help if you have, if you are barefoot. I'm going to remove my shoes. Moving my shoes. So we'll start off with our Romberg stance. Okay, so Romberg stance, feet are going to be close together. Okay, and we're just going to stand here, not do much. Just going to get our feet used to the floor. If you're flat-footed like me, you're going to have a little bit more surface area, which means you might feel a little bit safer here. If you have some higher arches, then there's less of a base, so you might be kind of wiggling a little bit. If you have great balance, then this should be fairly easy. If this is uncomfortable, then that's where we're in this class to get better at it. So, all right. So now we're gonna look left to right, get a nice little neck stretch out of this, and also just throwing off our equilibrium a little bit. Folks, continue that. Maybe 30 seconds of that. Timer. So we're here on our Robert stance. Up, down, getting a little neck stretch out of it. We might try, we'll see. Today we'll test out most of our balance exercises first, and we'll finish off with the joint health at the end. If we like that, we'll go with that. Moving forward, if you want to switch it up, that's all right. As we're kind of just working on stretching our neck right now, let's just do some neck circles. Gentle neck circles. Morning, folks. We just started. In this class, a lot of slow moving movements, switch directions. So I wouldn't expect you to break much of a sweat for this class unless you're in a warm room. Gentle with your movements. All right, very good. Okay, so now we're here, Romberg stance. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. So just close your eyes, your arms, your hands off to your side. Just for about 30 seconds for each pose. Close your eyes. Might be swaying a little bit, rocking left to right slightly. Comfortably. Very good. Okay. I have cement right under my feet, so I'm just gonna grab my yoga mat so I can stand on something comfortable. But if you're on carpet then you might be fine. Or if you have hardwood floor, maybe you might want to grab your yoga mat just because this might be a little bit tight or sensitive on your feet. Let me just check the chat. And then, all right, so there's someone that can't see me. Is everyone able to see me? If you can't, can you go ahead and just give me a thumbs up with the emotes that we have there? Who can't see me? Debbie?
It's me, Debbie.
Okay. You still can't see me, Debbie?
No, it's just a black screen.
But you can see Charisse?
Yeah, I can see Charisse and everybody else's boxes.
Let me close my video real quick and reset it. So I'm just turned it off. Then it's back on.
There you are. Thank you so much.
All right. So yeah, ooh, I wonder what happened. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna go and just rock from our heels to our forefoot. Okay, just go back and forth. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna do this for about 30 seconds. So again, just heels to toes. So heels, toes, a little bit of strengthening on your calves, your tibia as well. So, but this shouldn't be too challenging. Very good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do another movement here. So all I want you to do is gonna be to take a long step back. We're not lunging. So a lunge would be this here. We're not doing that. We're just gonna take a step back, then forward. Okay. Back, and forward. And let's try to alternate actually. So let's do 10 on each leg. So just far back, then come forward. Again, just working on our balance here. Hopefully this isn't too challenging. You want to land as you're stepping back on your toes, then drop your heels. I feel a little bit safer doing that. Okay, now let's do that same movement with our hands up. Righty. So next we're going to go ahead and do our tandem stance. Okay, so tandem stance, let's put our right foot in front of our left. Right foot in front of our left. And now we're just going to stand here. Working right here. Now we have more of a longer base instead of a nice little square base that the Romberg stand gives us. Maybe this stance is a little bit more challenging. Just in here. Welcome. All right, we're getting more folks in. Awesome. So we're gonna get a little neck stretch right now. So looking left to right again. So now with this stance, this might be a little bit more challenging. I don't think I've taught a balance class in about at least 6 months, and it shows. So I haven't really practiced my balance exercises much. Or wake up call that I should. From left to right. So you might feel your ankles kind of shaking, your arches maybe aching a little bit. Forefoot and your toes trying to grab onto the floor. All right, let's look up and down. Hey, Malena, how's it going?
Recording in progress.
Hello.
Morning. Ella, Lisa, Miss Will. All right, so now we're here. Let's close our eyes. Hands at your side, or if you need to sway them, maintain your balance. And again, if you don't feel safe on this position, just open your eyes and quickly move your feet to the side to separate your feet. Give yourself a wider base. But my ankles are shaky. My left arch is on fire right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Just relax your feet a little bit. Did anyone else arches start aching? Or is it just me? Okay. All right. It's kind of nice when people suffer together, right? So, all right. So now same stance, tandem stance, but so I'm right here facing the other way. So tandem stance, but now I'm going to elevate my left leg. So that forefoot is down, and now that left leg is elevated. You don't need to have it too high. It could be just a half an inch off the ground. Or maybe a hair could get by your foot and the floor, or you could just have it a few inches off the ground. So you don't need to be too high. All right, and then now from here, we're going to do a high knee drive, then back. Again, just on one foot, high knee drive, back. Get that knee up. And if this is really challenging, what you could do is have a chair nearby. Just hover your hand over the backrest. Just lightly tap it when you're feeling uncomfortable. Awesome. Relax your feet again. Oh, I don't know. I've never had high arches, so I don't know if folks with high arches feel less pain, but being flat-footed, I feel, I don't know if I might have a disadvantage or maybe it's helpful. Now we're gonna go tandem stance opposite, okay? So right foot in front of our left. So today we're just gonna try to go through our balance exercises first, which might take about half of the class. And then we'll move on to our joint health. So, and usually for the joint health mobility part of the class, if there's any request, you want to stretch the neck out a little bit more, or back, or legs, or hips, whatever it is, shoulders, just go ahead and on the chat, just type up the body or muscle group you want to work on a little bit. All right, let's look left to right. Up and down. Right, now we're going to close our eyes. So again, just be mindful. If you're swaying or if you don't feel safe, just open your eyes and quickly separate your feet. Open your eyes. Okay. Kind of shake your feet off a little bit. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and do Just elevate that back heel. The left heel's up. All right, and now we're gonna do a high knee drive from here. So back, forward, back. Roll it. Try to bring that knee as high as you can. That's check that off. All right, let's break up the session a little bit. So we'll get on the chair. So find your chair. I'm gonna do a little bit of footwork here. So, right. So as we're here, what I want you to do is we're gonna do our ABCs, okay? So we're gonna do our ABCs. So let's go right foot first. So ABCs. We're just tracing the letters of the alphabet. And we're just moving our ankles, getting some foot mobility, tracing the letters of the alphabet. Then once you're done, switch foot. Okay. All right, we'll stretch our arches a little bit. So the way we're gonna be doing that is just your heels are planted. And I just want you to grip the floor underneath you. Okay, so just grip, claw at the floor. Okay, now what I want you to do is your feet are gonna stay flat on the floor. But with this motion, what I want you to do is try to bring your forefoot into your heel without moving your toes, if that makes sense. So instead of gripping like we were just doing like this, what I want you to do is kind of do this motion here. So I'm kind of doing that with my hands. So right now we just did this. Now we're going to be doing this. Okay, so it's going to be slight. You kind of see my calves flaring up as I'm doing that. It takes a little bit more work of that muscle and mind connection. Right. Alrighty. Okay. Like I said, if you need a little bit of safety net, you can have that chair nearby. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do a high knee march. We're gonna be here. Then so we're gonna go high knee march. So just slowly bring your knee as high as you can. Then we're gonna alternate. So as you can, we're gonna do 8 on each leg. So the slower you do it, the more time remain on one foot, working on that aspect of balance there. If you do these too quick, then now you're going to be on your feet a little bit on both feet more often. So not really working on balance too much when you speed it up. Okay, let's do the last three with trying to get our heels off the ground as we're doing that. So we're going to come up, then go up. We'll do 3 on each leg like that. Once that knee reaches its highest point, lift your heel off the ground. Awesome. Very good. Okay. All right, we're going to do some standing Jane Fondas here. So we're going to be standing here, toes are pointing forward. And as we bring the leg out, they remain pointing forward, okay? And I want to see your torsos upright. I don't want to see you lean too much like this. Try to control your torso. Let's do 10 on each leg. That's also working on your abductors. Of those. Again, if you're on the floor, you're just working on that abductor muscle, but when you're doing these standing, you're also working on your balance as well as that muscle group. Always make it a little bit more challenging by having your hands up. Awesome. We'll move the yoga mat off to the side right now. Okay, so now we're going to do walk the tightrope. So find the longest stretch of your room, which might be diagonally across, or maybe just a hallway that you have next to your room. What I want you to do is we're going to put one foot in front of the other. It's like we're walking the tightrope. Then once you reach the end, now we're going to go ahead and reverse. Okay, so we're going to do this for about 40 seconds. So once you reach the end, then just repeat the same process. Then we're going to do it in reverse. Okay. About 15 more seconds. All right, so next, we have a few more that has to do with balance, and then we'll transition to our stretches here. So let's go on. We've got some of these. Oh, standing hip openers. So again, it's gonna be good for your hips as a stretch, and again, just working on balance. So now you're gonna go with the high knee, and the leg comes out, down. Okay, and you could just work on that same leg. Do 8 of these. Again, try to keep that torso forward, so drive the knee forward, leg comes out, stretch on that inside hip flexor, stretch on the groin. you have really tight hip flexors, this might be challenging, might even be a little bit painful. Make sure that our hips are healthy. Bring this here, legs. And you might feel one hip a little bit tighter than the other. I think my right hip is tighter, a little bit more uncomfortable. More. Right, this one we do almost every time we meet, as far as our warm up, and this is going to be the hamstring, the quad stretch. Grab right above your ankle and pull back. So don't hold on to your foot, or the tendons of your foot. So just hold right above your ankle, pull back. Nice stretch on the quad. Not sweating too much. Switch. We're gonna sneak a couple exercises, lifts that require some dumbbells. So we'll do that next. So if you have that equipment, great. If you don't, no worries about it. You can just grab maybe a heavy item, a book, or a gallon of water. If you don't have anything, then your body weight will be enough for this one. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a light dumbbell if you have it. Could be 5 pounds, 2 pounds, 10 pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and use my 5 pound dumbbell. So I'll give you another 30 seconds to go grab those items. Little water break if you have your stuff ready.
Are we doing shoulders?
We can. I'm gonna do shoulders today to stretch. Right now we're gonna do single leg Romanian deadlifts. Long name, but that's gonna be, we've done regular RDLs, which is slide bend at the knees, almost like the hamstring stretch. Yeah. Yeah. So this one's gonna be single leg RDLs. So if your balance isn't too hot right now, then maybe we could do this one without the weight. You're pretty much gonna elevate the leg and then slowly go down with your weight, holding it. Rise back up. It should take us about 4 to 5 seconds to come down. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay, so we're gonna do 6 on each leg. 1, 4. 3 more. And this does become more challenging with heavier weights. But again, our goal is more for balance right now than strength. So it just helps to organize. And everything from my hamstring down just not on fire right now. So keep that in mind. All right, just catch your breath. We have a request for shoulders, I think. So let's do some of that afterwards. All right, so
I
let's
was
get
just asking about the weights because I always get lesser pounds for shoulders
Oh,
and then
okay. Oh, we'll still do shoulders. So, all right, so let's go on that. Yeah, we'll definitely use weights for shoulders on Mondays. If you're looking to get a little bit sore and get a little bit more toned, Monday's class for sure. My right leg is so sore. Feel it from the entire leg, upper and lower leg, just acting up on this one. Go try and go on a run at tacos yesterday, Taco Tuesday. Oh, up to the side. Very good. Okay, so let's go to our chair now. I think we've done plenty of balance work today, so let's go in our chair. Relax, and now comes the easy part of the class. We just get to stretch and talk about the tacos I ate yesterday. Let's bring that right arm across. Yeah, yesterday, I hate traffic, so if I could find a reason to avoid it, which usually means stay at my spot and look for a restaurant, and then traffic will die down, and then I drive home. Um, and I'll do that sometimes, switch. But I don't know. I'm also very picky, and I refuse to pay too much for not the best food. So I sat down at a restaurant yesterday in Torrance, and they brought the menu and everything, and I was like, all right, it's happy hour, so things are close to half off. And let's bring that arm back, push down on that tricep. And I was like, oh, let me check Yelp before I order, because there's no pictures on this menu. And yeah, the restaurant had, I think, 1.5 stars, bunch of bad reviews. So did my first of like kind of leaving before the waiter came back. I like snuck out because I was really turned off by the reviews on Yelp. So I didn't order anything. They didn't have chips or salsa or anything like that. So no, it's not like I did some bad business there, but a switch. But yeah, so um and then I went to down the little strip. There's a Thai restaurant, and then it was just like I knew I was gonna come home and eat a little bit more. And for what they had on the menu, it's just like over my budget. I wasn't trying to spend $25 for a little snack. Skiing and very good. All right, let's do some snow angels. So I'll just go here. So yeah, so I was like, oh, forget it. Like, I was getting my tires rotated, and by the time I checked traffic, it had picked up by 20 minutes. So it went from an hour and 2 minutes to about 40 minutes. I was like, oh, I'll just start heading home. And yeah, and I realized it's Tuesday, and one of my favorite taco restaurants is not too far from here. So on Tuesdays they have usually their tacos are $3, but on Tuesdays they're $2. So of course usually I order 6 or 7 if I have a big hike. That's what I did after the big hike. I think I ordered 7 tacos and a quesadilla. Um, but yesterday I just had 5 tacos. Um, but yeah, let's just say they put a lot of guacamole on their tacos, and avocado is it's healthy for you, and it's a little fatty fruit. Let's do our trunk rotation here. So just hold back. So kind of woke up feeling like a brick this morning. So, but still good. Still within my macros of tracking. Which stretch the neck a little bit. So let's sit on our right hand. Left hand comes over. Just keep that shoulder fixed. Keep that stretch going. Just gonna check the chat. Oh, hips. Okay. On that. Stretch. If Julian's wants to say hello after we're done with our sessions. Okay, let's go ahead, elbows up, separate them, working on our upper back. Yeah, he started doing, just saying little phrases now, and he'll ask for a banana and say, "I'm a monkey," and it's just the cutest thing. So, um, I remember when he said his first word. I know I should have been like more proud than sad, but I was just sad that all his gibberish, like baby talk, was done with, and that it wasn't just like baby noises anymore. Now he's a toddler, and yeah, he says a lot of gibberish, but about a third of what he says I can understand now.
How old is he?
He turned 2 weeks ago. 3, yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago. So, no,
Happy birthday.
thank you. Let's go wide. So we're gonna do just some flies here. Yeah, he says dad, daddy, and mommy, and grand. No, he says ama instead of grandma. He'll say ama. Calls his sister sissy. Um, milk. He'll say milk a lot. He'll say milk a
Do you have
lot.
another one? Do you have another baby?
Yeah, we have a 5-year-old and Julian 2-year-old. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yep, I know. Oh man, it's I think I've been complaining about, just how hard it is, and I think too much. It's not healthy how much I complain about being a father. But I don't know. Lately, I'm just like, like I guess as they're growing older, I'm like, it'd be cool to have another one. But I don't know. It's a it's a distance thought that I try to avoid thinking about. So switch. Shoulders popping. All right. Tricep push down. So just working on the tricep a little bit. So hands up and then just push down. All right, so palms facing the camera. So as we're down here and then just opposite chest. This is the joint health part of the class. Another word for mobility and flexibility. Door opener, so elbow at your side, come in, and then go as far out as you can. I was looking at my calendar a couple days ago, and just realized I think there's something on my calendar switch every weekend, at least until mid-July. Just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I just want to take a chill day and got a wedding this weekend. Got Easter the weekend after. Um, then we got another Easter weekend the weekend after that. So back-to-back weekends, Easter. Then I have my cousin's bachelor party. Uh, and I think actually April, mid-April might be something where in my work. But and we have races leading into May. All right, let's go circles. So shoulder circles. June is pretty eventful. Got a wedding, camping trip to Minnesota. You're on my Saturday morning class in the summer. My traveling with me in the classes from different locations. Which directions?
Is there a Saturday class too?
There is, yeah. Yeah, so I'll go over the schedule after, but let's go ahead and do our hip openers. You're facing forward and then bring one leg out. Keep your hand, make sure that knee doesn't collapse forward, otherwise you won't get that stretch, so just keep that. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be Mondays and Thursdays would be like our cardio hit style classes, kind of getting your heart rate up. Tuesdays and Fridays will be more of your strength and conditioning, more lift, slower pace, but still lifting weights. And then Wednesday and Saturday will be our kind of days like this, where we're stretching. Have a couple holidays. I think we have Memorial Day in May, Veterans Memorial, I think. 4th of July. Yeah, so there'll be a couple interruptions. A performance stretch. Ankle on that knee. Favorite stretches. Check the chat. One message appear. Hands. All right, we'll stretch the hands after this one. Let's push down on that knee slightly. We might try maybe a a cruise in the summer. One of those cruises to like either the short 3 or 4 day cruises to like Ensenada, Baja California, or up north a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab that knee and get out. Gonna do something fun in July. Switch. Let's push down on that slightly. Yesterday, my wife, she's maybe for the last few months, she's been juicing a lot of celery, which is my least favorite plant food of all time. So I have to be in a different room when she's doing that. And what else is she doing? Celery, and then I'll do these like little ginger turmeric shots that she makes. Just kind of burns the throat, but at least it feels like I'm consuming something healthy, for the day. But yesterday she's making the celery. I don't know if she was blending ginger. It had to be something harder. But the freaking juicer just exploded pretty much. She's in the kitchen. Julian's maybe like 6 feet from her. I'm in the dining area, and the metal inside, it's like a metal net. Um, that just tore and like whiplashed, and it broke and shattered like the plastic container. It has this really loud boom, but if that would have made contact with anyone like head on, it definitely would have left a big mark. Yeah, luckily no one was hurt. We're gonna go ahead and allow our hand to collapse past our knee, then just push down, working on that form. But yeah, I think the turmeric just kind of stained everything, like the walls were stained and the floor, so gotta clean that up. But yeah, it was just a little freak accident. And then this morning she's showing me what juicers she's trying to buy now. So I'm like, you can't go more than 12 hours.
If you use those Mr. Clean magic erasers, that can help. The way that
Okay,
they work is through abrasion, so it'll kind of help take off the stain by like kind of
okay.
almost sanding it off the walls.
Let me know. I think I've seen those, yeah. Let's make a fist and open as wide as possible. Yeah, we had this I don't know if I mentioned it a few months ago, or a month ago. She bought this compost maker thing, this machine. So you just throw like your scraps of food in there, and this machine turns it into compost in a matter of a couple hours, instead of like letting it sit and letting the worms eat it. Let's do one finger to the center of the hand. And so she had this machine, and yeah, after maybe like a few weeks, and she was in love with it. Everything's going in there. I'm getting in trouble for not putting eggshells in the container because I put them in the trash. I get in trouble. Banana peel in the trash, I get in trouble. So I'm just like super careful what foods I'm tossing. And now let's separate your fingers away from each other. So just web them out. So yeah, so this she's making a lot of this compost stuff, and then the compost, I don't think it, pretty much long story short, she was putting it on some potted plants, let's say chance. So again, allow it to collapse and push down. So she was putting it on potted plants, and this compost was just making mold on top of of the stuff that it was, and I think it was attracting animals as well. And yesterday she cleaned out one of the bigger pots with it, and it just looked like it honestly it looked like crap on the soil. It looked like it wasn't doing anything. It was just actually, let's bring one finger to the center of the hand. It was not allowing the plants to root well, and it was actually killing them. So yeah, and then the box and the label said it's eco-friendly. It doesn't use much energy. And let's just say my electric bill was $80 more this last month because of that. Yeah. So yeah, she returned that last week. Um, yeah. All right. But yeah, so plants. She's on her plants. Yeah, she's in her plant phase right now. Let's web them out. I don't think it's a phase anymore. I thought it was a phase, but no, I think it's just a part of her now. So, alrighty, very good. Okay, let's continue down our legs. Just recline back, elevate that knee, and just do some leg extensions. Switch.
I love that story, Julio. That was so classic.
Oh, which one?
The compost story. That was
Oh,
great. I have a little story to share.
okay.
Not last Friday, but the Friday before, I got to drive in the vice president's motorcade, which was really cool with the police escort from the
Uh-huh.
airport to her house. So that was like
Oh,
my big to do,
yeah.
for the year. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
wow. That was last week?
Not last Friday, but the Friday before.
Okay. Awesome. Let's go. So we did our ankle. Yeah, we're done here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna finish off with our shoulder work right now. So grab your broomstick, grab a rod. I have my foam roller, whatever it is. You know. Then after this, I'll go grab Julian and blow real quick. Here, left to right. Right. So that was here, local, Elena. Let's go left, higher, 10 pumps to the left side. Right, 30 degrees forward. My shoulder, 60. Hear that pop. Shoulder. Maybe right in front of you. All right, now behind the back or towards the back. Back. All right, right shoulder. Okay. Now right shoulder comes up. All right, 30 degrees. See? So we're gonna give Julian's gonna get a haircut. I think we're gonna give him a mullet. Okay. So, right. Gonna have what's the phrase for the mullet? Something fashion on the front and then party in the back. Something like that. Let's go. 90 right here. That's what he's getting his mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. Right, and then back. Behind the back now. Your last one. We're here, and then just go up. Down. And then let's go back. Right. All right. So that will be it for day one of this first session. Let me end this recording. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the class.